Looking forward to getting my blue glasses back today that I left in Northfield not once but twice. If anybody wants to remind me out there to make sure I don't come home with them, that'd be great. I had a great day today. Obviously, I hope it's capped off by a great night tonight. So, new rules to get across the border. I'm in my car, obviously. New rules are you can go back into Canada if you're fully vaccinated, have a rapid test. Now, obviously, I have rapid tests at home, but I can't use one of those. It has to be given at a pharmacy within, I think, 24 hours of coming home. So, preemptively, I have an appointment to get that antigen test, that rapid test tonight before the races at Northfield Park. So everything is going swimmingly. Cut it close again. I just looked on Waze. It said I'll be arriving at the pharmacy at 4:59. That's in 2 hours. So I'll get the antigen test, get a little pulp into me. I got some Wendy's today. I ate some Wendy's. You know what I got to do? I got to get gas here. I'm all right here. Get a little pulp into me, then go to Northfield Park tonight. I see they have... How ridiculous is this? So, Ronnie Wren picks off the card, and rather than put me on Mama Knows Best, they put Aaron Merriman on Mama Knows Best. But then, because they were stuck for drivers, put me on 3 horses tonight at Northfield Park. So, I have 3 or 4 of ours, 2 or 3 catch drives, and yet I'm still not driving Mama Knows Best. I'm sure Aaron will be just fine with Mama Knows Best. So what took place today? Obviously, very preoccupied with gathering up the revenue, the funds to pay for Patrick the Piranha N.A., not N.A., and Stay Close. Stay Close is going to be in Ontario tonight. There was a little hiccup getting the paperwork done for Patrick, so luckily enough, Doyle was in the neighborhood. Doyle will be taking back Patrick the Piranha tomorrow. So Stay Close will be there tonight. Patrick the Piranha will be there tomorrow. So if you're in the area, you want to check out those 2 horses. They're both sold out, which brings me to another good point in a minute. Both those horses will be in Ontario, one tonight, one tomorrow. So, I was telling my father, that really, when I bid on Patrick the Piranha I hadn't talked to anybody, not a human being, about buying the horse. But that being involved and in partnership with so many good people, just when the opportunity presented itself, I had the confidence knowing that 1, this horse made sense for the stable, and 2, this horse was worth more, I thought, than we were about to pay for him. And although I hadn't spoken to any of you, any of my partners, any of our clients on Patrick the Piranha, I knew that there was people behind me, and that makes a trainer's job so much easier when they have the full confidence of their clients, and we have more clients than anybody. So we were able to pick those 2 horses up, and I knew very well that both those horses would sell out. We went from not knowing their names, well, you did anyway, not knowing their names, to having them fully paid for within 24 hours. So thank you very much. That was definitely a great feeling, one that I've experienced quite a bit this
Watch
year.
out, object on road ahead.
Thank you, Waze. Appreciate that. One that I've experienced quite a few times this year, and I can tell you it never gets old. It's very humbling. So thank you all very much. So to today, what went on today? We had 6 horses training at Mohawk, and a number of them training at Tomiko. A couple of you guys out there that know how to get into the back end of our site, the set list, had said, why is there so many horses scratched today? You were creeping us, as they say on Facebook. It wasn't that they were scratched. They trained yesterday. Amy had to go to Mohawk today. Amy and Dominic had a number of horses training this morning, 3-year-old and aged horses, and they had to go to Mohawk this morning also to train Unbeatable Kemp, the Dio filly, Blue Bayou Dio, drawing a blank, Blue Bayou Dio, and Isa 10 today. So Isa 10, Unbeatable Kemp, and Blue Bayou Dio had to go to Mohawk. All three, I was told, trained great. They said Unbeatable Kemp made a little skip, jumped over something on the track at the start, come up trotting, and still won the set in 2:08 and 3 last half and won 1 and a piece. Jason went with Isa 10 because Jason's going to be training her in another month or so. So Jason went with Isa 10, and Dominic Ledoux went with Blue Bayou Dio. She's slowly becoming one of his favorite horses. He loves this filly. She's a lovable filly, and she is fast. So all three trained very, very good. Now, Harry Poulton was going over also. A big day for me as your partner, and I own a lot of Arches Rainbow, so it's been a bit of a roller coaster for me with this mare. I literally had done some research about breeding her if it turned out that maybe she wasn't going to be able to compete. And today was a pivotal point. Today was a big, big point. How is she going to do it? First time back to Mohawk since her only race in qualifier. I called Harry just moments ago and spoke to him. I said, how were they? He said, Arches Rainbow 210, good last half, and very, very strong and never made a noise. Makes me very happy. So Harry was very enamored with her today. He said, both Don't Believe Me, Just Watch and Brave World are ready to school/qualify. 2 minutes, very easy with both of them today. They are ready to go. Good. So top marks across the board, 6 for 6, A pluses today at Mohawk. Now we got to the sets, and I was thinking, I don't have my other phone with me. I don't have my iPad with me. How am I possibly going to talk? I don't want to have to write down all the names, but I already did, because the sets for the most part hadn't changed that much. A few omissions here and there, but I can give you the gist of what took place. So none of the horses out of Amy and Dominic's barn trained today. They trained yesterday. So that would be you guys know who they are. Brace for Landing and all those horses. I can't be sipping on my shine. Now I'm seeing them. Tactical Mounds, Horn Player. Now, pay attention. Horn Player is an OCD. She trained great yesterday. Came in off the track, and I looked and I said, oh, Philly's hock's a little bigger. She always carries a little bit of a boggy hock. I thought she had OCD surgery done on her hocks when, and I can go back and look, I think she did, on her hocks when she went through the sail ring. Now, it's not uncommon that something maybe shook loose. And what had happened was she was sound as a dollar because it's not bothering her that much, but it's irritating the joint capsule, so you get some swelling on the front. I had her x-rayed, and there's 3 very minute fragments floating around in there. And Angelica said, I think you should have the surgeon look at these. I called Natalie Cote last night, and this is a rapport that we have with the University of Guelph and our surgeon and our vet. What I thought realistically might have been a 2-week waiting period, maybe minimum. I might have had to call around. No, bring her tomorrow. So Horn Player trained yesterday, jogged today, sound as a dollar, but there are 3 little fragments in there, very tiny. And Natalie said, yes, bring her tomorrow. So thank you very much to Angelica and Natalie for expediting that. For those of you concerned, it's about a 2.5 week downtime. So just to paint a proper picture for you, there's a very decent likelihood that Horn Player trained on the 1st of March and may train by the end of March again. So very little downtime for her. Let's see, 2.5 weeks. Tomorrow's, let's say, the 3rd, 4th, 16, 20. It'll be tight, but yeah, she very likely could train 1 slow mile by the end of March. So very short. That might be surprising to a lot of horsemen out there saying, that's not right. When I moved to Ontario a decade ago, when you took an OCD out, it was a month in the stall, 2-3 weeks of hand walking, and then start back slow jogging. Now it's as soon as the sutures come out, you can go back on the track. So it's odd how medically we treat these. This isn't my rules. I didn't make these up. But what we found was after the sutures come out, the horses were fine to go back out. And I mean, especially when you're talking about run-of-the-mill OCD surgeries, especially when you're talking about a filly that today, with those little fragments in there, is 100% sound. Now, James had said to me, why don't we just leave them in there? No, not doing that. He said, well, aren't you just looking for trouble? I said, no, I'm mitigating any future trouble right now. I'm not throwing gas on the fire, I'm throwing water on the fire. You may not see some issues now, but I would gamble at some point down the road you would. This filly is just simply too talented, too big, and too strong to mess around with. So those little fragments are coming out tomorrow. Won't pose any sort of problem whatsoever that I can see or the surgeon can see. So on to the sets, how they went today. We went slower today. James would have been very happy. I think we only broke 240 once today, one set, and just a great day of training. The horses really did appreciate being backed up. Quite frankly, we may back them up again for your drone, which will be coming on Saturday from what I've been told. Probably back those horses up to 235-ish on Saturday. Now, that's not really much of a backup when you talk about everybody around, but we've been around 230 to 235 with them a few times now. I'd say 235 to even 240 on Saturday would make me happy also. First set, Crantini, Always Dreaming. There's a couple of these sets that are wrong. I just couldn't win and fix them, so I'm going to tell you about them later. Rosita's Dream, Carter, Michael Dio, Cutie Cumber, Nothing But a Dreamer. I went with, in the first set, Full Heart. Full Heart was throwing her head a bit, but seemed very... I hadn't gone with Full Heart in forever. And I told you guys we had some nice... I told you we had 5. Historically speaking, I could say, roughly, I think we have 5 Sire State trotting fillies. A lot of grass between now and June, so I could be way off. But if the past is any indicator of the future, we have 5 Sire State fillies from where I sit right now. And we have 1 that is better than the other 4. Full Heart is the best horse we have right now for Ohio in the trotting filly division. High Enterprise is nipping at her heels. So is Smoking Hot Irish Girl. She made a break today. I'm going to put the hobbles on her for Saturday. Smoking Hot Irish Girl. You only get so many chances to fool around, and then you're going to get some help. So she's going to have them on Saturday. That's what we're talking about. Full Heart. Full Heart sat in the 2-hole. She was a little ornery, but I just gave her a sliver of room down the lane. Rosita's Dream was on the front. Danny went to gas him, and he rolled off stride coming out of the turn. Crantini was on the outside, and she came screaming through the middle, drove away from... I loved it. She went past them and never let up for a step. Drove away from them, and with every stride, she got further away. She was incredible this morning. Full Heart was great. Carter Michael Dio from Off the Pace today was good. Johnny said wasn't as good as he was the other day, but you're going to have these days on big, strong horses like him. He always seems to perform well on Saturdays, though, I notice. So Carter Michael Dio, I believe, was second. Rosita's Dream had made a break. Cutie Cumber, Mario went with her today. Amy was at Mohawk. Mario said, very, very nice filly. Nothing But a Dreamer was not in there. He was in a different set, so we had some substitutions for there. But keep in mind, everybody in that set was fantastic. Second set, I won that one too. Real Fear, I went with today, and Real Fear was very strong today. I moved him to the front. He was wrapped up, pacing hard through the wire, through the turn. After the turn into the backstretch, he was very good. Today, More Than You Know, Johnny said was very good. I thought he was exceptionally good on Saturday when I went with him. Old Check was good. I'm trying to think of who else was in there because we did have some substitutions. The Chocolate Filly was not in there. She was in a different set. Anyway, I'll go through all the horses. Captain of the Air was good. Everybody was good in there. Third set, I won that one too. I had the natural hat trick. I sat 5th. I told everybody how Lady All-Star was getting better and better and better. Her only Achilles heel, her only soft point is in the turn by the road. You got to watch her. I watched her through that turn. She was 3 wide coming out of the last turn and trotted away from some very, very good horses. Merchant Man couldn't fend her off. Marshall Zukov was there. Whispering Song was there. Everybody was across the track. I just got up to beat Tailgate Buzz. Also, he was fantastic. A great set in set 3. I went 4 for 4. In case you're wondering, I'm just looking at this now. No, I went 5 for 5. Took 6 sets to get me beat. But it wasn't hard. Moved them to the front at the 5/8 and fend off all challengers pretty much, except for Lady All-Star, who was incredible today. There were some people at the fence day. Kenny was there, who owns a piece of her. Mary and Jerry were not there. Where were you at, Mary and Jerry? You missed your filly winning her training set. Embarrassing. So Lady All-Star was fantastic. That entire set was very, very good. Next set, Sir Strong was good. Now, he ran the other day with Mario, but we put the toe weights back on him today. Just different horse. I like this horse's attitude now. I think castrating was one of the best things we've done this year. He looked very, very good today. Sir Strong was great. Anchors Up was very good behind me. Smoking Hot Irish Girl came first over and made a break in the same place she made one on me the other day. She'll get the hobbles for Saturday. Mo Power Baby was flying on the end of it and did very well today. And Landing Strip, Mario said he trained good. James is convinced that horse has got a curb coming. The vet's looked at it 3 times now, and she said there's a little heat, but there's nothing I can cryo there yet. But he swears there's something there, and he might be right. So we're going to keep a close eye on Landing Strip. Now, a little pause for a moment in my talking of the sets. We will be making some staking changes coming up over the next week for the March 15th payments. That will be reflected on your new invoices. There's some horses that we took out of the Valley Victory, obviously, which we raced in this year. A horse like Landing Strip is a horse I'll keep in. If I took him out, I'm gonna change it again, and I'm gonna keep him in because any horse that doesn't look like they're going to be ready to go right now, like for June, July, then I'm gonna wait. Especially a horse like Landing Strip, so well bred. There's no reason to believe that he'll have any issues coming forward. But for now, hanging out around 235, which is fine. So that was set 5. That was set 4 on to set 5. And here is the longest shot winner of any set this year, by far. Today, What a Mission beats him. Let me just tell you who was in this set. It's no joke. Now, we went a mile in 239. We were sprinting pretty good on the end of it. Now, I told you that What a Mission had made a break, and he was this, and he was that. I think the biggest thing with What a Mission was he was gelded. Then he had a splint, I believe, cryo. Then he got sick. He really missed a lot of time, and it took a lot of time to simply make that up. You can't just snap your fingers and away you go. And I really didn't know. I told you guys on Saturday that What a Mission was what I would call a unique horse. He didn't remind me of any of the What the Hills and didn't trot like any other horse we had. He was unique. The only one of 61 like him. He's very, as I said, very unique. So I put him on the front. They left me alone. We got in a position where I could sprint coming out of the turn, and he did. He sprinted hard. And he looked good. Just to tell you who he was in with. Landing Pad sat on my back and finished second. Spitfire Overseas was first over, finished third. Una Madonna and My 1% were both in there. Silent Assassin was in there also. That was a heavyweight division. This little horse, if you had had odds on him, he would have been the longest shot on the board. Second longest shot, Silent Assassin, so on and so forth. We had some heavy hitters in there, and What a Mission beat them. So for those of you that have been holding on to those shares, hoping to hear me talk like this one day about this horse, today's your lucky day. He was fantastic today. So my reign of terror ended right there. Next one I went with Columbus. Made a break, but I let his hobbles way out, and I moved him 3 wide in the last turn. The one thing I said you can't do, but I want to continue to put him in positions where he's uncomfortable, right? It's the only way he's going to get comfortable in them. So running in a little bit, Murphy outside. We're going to make some changes with his headgear. Trotting-wise, even with the longer hobble, he didn't run because of the longer hobble. He ran because I put him in a place to make a break, and he tried not to. I felt him try and catch himself a couple of times, but he ultimately succumbed to putting in a step in the last turn and running in. He made a break, but very happy with Columbus today. I'm not unhappy at all with the break. The way he's trotting is much, much better right now. Enzo and GJ's ATM were at it all the way to the wire. I couldn't see who got up and beat who. Enzo Aguelo, James just said, he was awesome. That's all he said. GJ's ATM looks incredible. He's our standout for Illinois. Rosita's Dream maybe can trot with him, but I don't think he wants any part of him right now. And the other little guy is still a little bit behind them. But for now, GJ's ATM and Enzo were the top 2 in there. Coupe de Ville was closing in, as was Sister Solange. A good grouping of horses in there. And then I'd made a break with Columbus. Now the next set, let's see if I missed anybody. Gandalf, Dreaming of Credit, What a Mission, Twin Sears. Nope, nobody yet. Next set, Hill Street Blues was good today also. So 3 horses in particular I wanted to keep an eye on today. Oh My Gosh, who I won the last set with, was very great. We'll get to him in a minute. What a Mission, who won his set, was very, very good. Very happy with him. And although Hill Street Blues didn't win his set, he looked very good. But Magical Tom was awesome today. Magical Tom was a winner. Johnny said, I liked this horse at the start when we broke him. Then he kind of, I didn't really know what to think of him. He was okay. He said, but he is awesome today. He said, this is how I thought he would look back when we first started him. I lost a little faith in him, but man, he was awesome today. So Magical Tom, very good today. Cunning Connie was good again today, very good again. And then I was third, I believe, with Hill Street Blues. James went with Warwi Yuri and made a break. I think Gandalf stayed at it, but he was back a little bit. Maybe I'll go with Gandalf one of these days. Maybe I'll swap the other filly out, the Rito filly out for him for a week or something. That might work. That might be a good idea. But for now, Cunning Connie was very good. Magical Tom was very good. Hill Street Blues was very good. And Warwi Yuri made a break. I feel I'm missing a horse in that set. Maybe it was Gandalf. Maybe it was good. Dreamin' of Credit also went good in there. Brody went with him. And then the last set, James went with Depend On It, won a mile at 2:42, and he stayed trotting. Still wasn't great. He stayed trotting. He did his work. So good for him for doing that. I laid outside of him with Oh My Gosh and beat him. Won the set handily. Twin Cedars All-Star trained good in there also. Cash Deals was good. Austral Hanover was good. Lost Spirit, good again. He didn't get to me though. I don't know where he got to, but he didn't beat me. He didn't beat me, that horse. So I won the set with Oh My Gosh. So for those of you playing along at home, that's 6 wins out of 8 sets for me. I was very happy. The 2 other sets were won by, I think, Enzo, which would be James, or Mario with GJ's ATM. I don't know which one. And then Johnny won the next set with Magical Tom. So good for him. But everybody, for the most part, especially when you back them up a little bit and expect less of them, it's easier to be happier with them. Obviously, every horse that we trained today had been faster at some point in their life. Maybe it not depend on it. Maybe he was the only one. But everybody else at some point was faster. Very impressed with Oh My Gosh today. 3 laps on the outside, just sat out there and drove away. Johnny and James don't like this guy. And I'm going to make them eat their words on Oh My Gosh. He's bred well. He's too big. He's too good looking. Yeah, he looks like a slob on the track sometimes. But that's just because he's a big, lanky colt. They're going to eat their words on Oh My Gosh. He's too well bred and likes his work too much not for them not to. So I'm going to make them eat their words. Oh My Gosh was very good. What a Mission was very good. Hill Street Blues were very good. Was very good. Those are 3 horses that were most definitely on the principals list, and all 3 of them got A-pluses today. So that's important. All the main players that we expect to do good did well again. Looking quickly down the line of the horses, Cutie Cumber, Carter Michael Deal were good. Full Heart, that's a serious animal. Look out, Ohio. We have 5 legit nice stake fillies. That's our best one so far. She looks awesome. Real Fear, back to being really powerful. He was very, very good today. More Than You Know was very good. Lady All-Star, she looks a little clunky sometimes, but man, she's learning and she wants to learn. Of all our horses, maybe the most improved mentally is, no, not maybe, it is Lady All-Star. Very impressed with her, just really, really impressed. I get gas right now. I am. To wrap this up and get some gas. What else do we got here? As I said, Lady All-Star, Tailgate Buzz, and Merchant Man were all fantastic this morning. Sir Strong, Anchors Up were great. Smoking Hot Irish Girl made a break. Mo Power Baby continues to look awesome on the track. What a Mission. Top marks to him. He was incredible this morning. Landing Pad, Spitfire Overseas, Una Madonna, that whole set were good. Silent Assassin, My 1%, the entire set was good. The next set, Enzo and GJ's ATM continue to impress in 2 very different ways, but were very, very good today in the same set. Hill Street Blues I thought was good. He wasn't as good as Magical Tom. It's got to be gas over here, isn't there? Are you kidding me? It's all on the other side of the highway? It's not possible. It's very possible. It's very accurate. Well, that sucks. Oh, no, here's one. Yeah, so Enzo, GJ's ATM. Hill Street Blues was great, but wasn't as good as Tom or Connie. Both were very good. Oh My Gosh was incredible today, even though James and Johnny tried to downplay him. Oh My Gosh was incredible. Depend on it was good. He was okay. Everybody was good today. I'm trying to think who Johnny had in that set. Fish. 5 fish species, Johnny. So she was awesome last Wednesday. Good on Saturday. Johnny said perfect today. So a great day of training. We went a little slower, so it's not that shocking, but a great day of training. And then Saturday, the drone will be here. So with that, I am going to sign off. I'm getting a little gas. I'm an hour and a half out of Northfield Park and getting my swab test so I can go back to Canada tomorrow. I will talk to you all very soon. Doesn't get much better than that. 6 trained great at Mohawk. All the babies trained good yesterday and today. Horn player, for those of you out there trying to quantify what I said, relax. Tomorrow she's going to have the things that are irritating her right hock, which didn't seem to physically irritate her other than the look of it. We're going to have those removed. In 2.5 weeks, she'll be back jogging. And in 3 weeks, you might see her at the very end of March training. This filly is incredible. I love her. And I think this surgery will only make her a better horse in the long run. So with that, we'll talk to you all very soon. Wish me luck tonight at Northfield. Anybody that has anything to do with the horses tonight, good luck. And if you bought into Patrick the Piranha A or Stay Close will be in Ontario in Shedrow 10 tonight. Patrick will be in Shedrow 10, Dominic's barn, tomorrow. Take care, everybody.